But you can remember your signature order at KFC, but not the notes that are gonna help you get a good job. Life. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm actually filming a very chatty video, which I haven't done for a really long time. And you also might want to kill me because I'm filming on my vlogging camera right now because my other one is out of charge and I can't be bothered to charge it. I really wanted to add a video to like my educational series because they did really well and you guys seem to like them. If you are new here, do not forget to follow my Instagram, TikTok and subscribe because I do want to see you back again. You're cute. Without further ado, let's get into it. So, 8 things I wish I knew before I joined uni. I was a complete noob joining uni because no one in my family had ever been to uni. I was literally the first, so like it was all just completely new to me. And I went to a college for my 6th form years and they didn't really do great at informing us on like what to do with uni. They just kind of let us go on with it and that was the end of that. So the first thing I think is really important for everybody to know if you are planning to go to university is that it's super hard to do well. And I know this sounds like really obvious, like of course if you're at uni it's going to be difficult and a lot more difficult than 6th form and stuff like that, but I was like relatively okay with getting good grades like the whole way through school. And when I started at uni, like I literally just felt like I was doing so badly. And the reason for this is that it's really tough to get a high grade at uni because you might be used to getting like really high grades. Like if you were to grade it out of 100, you might be getting like sort of 70, 80, 90 even. I need to tell you it's very different at uni. If you get like above a 60, you've basically got first, and like anything below that is like a 2-1, which is still really good. And basically just expect to get like around a 50. Even if you were the best in your school at your subject or the best in your class, like you're probably gonna feel like you're doing terribly, and I promise you you're not. It's normal. I've been there, I think everyone's been there, and it's okay, I promise. Just keep going, you've got this. So the next point is that first year can feel really quite easy, and I know this sounds like really weird to say, but the reason for this is that most courses actually like begin their first year in a certain way that basically allows everybody to get up to the same level before they join 2nd year. It's basically like an introductory course to get everybody up to the same level, and basically the hard grind is in the 2nd and 3rd year. That's where you literally have to get your crap together. I really struggled with this. I thought that when I began uni I'd be overwhelmed with work. I literally prepared with like new stationery, new note-taking devices, like you name it, I did it. And when I started uni it was really underwhelming because there wasn't really that much going on. It was just like quite a simple module to start with, and I think they do this because they want you to just obviously feel like you're kind of tackling the work well and that you can all be taught the basics, so you're all at a basic level of understanding before you go on to the next couple of years. Because if everyone was just piled into a class and didn't get taught anything, and maybe someone went to a 6th form that was like a bit crap and someone went to a 6th form that's amazing and that person knows more than that person, then they are automatically more advantaged than this person over here. And I do actually really like that part of uni now. I don't know if that is the same for every course, but it is for mine and for most courses, and for people I've spoken to it's the same sort of thing. And just following on from that, a lot of first years in courses actually don't count towards your final grade. They just basically want you to pass every module, and as long as you've passed it you're good. Like it just doesn't count basically. So don't get too stressed about your first year because it's all for you to settle in, but obviously double check that is the case with yours, because I know some courses take like 5 to 10% of the grade you get for first year and count that towards your final grade. So just double check with your tutor before you start your course what that protocol is. So the next point is probably one of common sense, but I thought I would bring it up anyway, is that halls may not be for everyone. Do not feel obliged to go to halls just because you feel like that's where you should be in uni. I experienced this one too because I did go to halls for the beginning of my course. I went in September, I was home in October, I stayed at home until about, I think it was like November, went back to halls for another couple of months and then left before the end of December, so before Christmas time, and then basically I haven't been back. I didn't go back, and I terminated my contract because it wasn't for me. I'm very much a person that needs like my home to feel like home, and I felt for me that halls wasn't the place that gave me that. And I do live about 40-50 minutes away from my uni, which isn't too far, but at the same time I prefer to commute the days that I do go in rather than be right outside and not feel like I'm in a homely environment. It's like a really weird thing, but do not feel put off by uni if you don't want to go in halls. It's perfectly acceptable to be at home, and I was only one of 3 people on my course that was in halls, and now I'm not, so there's only 2. So do not feel like you're going to be an outsider, and I promise you, you will not miss out on any of the friendship making activities or groups or whatever. Like, you can still get involved, but you don't have to be right on campus the whole time. Now obviously my experience was mostly coloured by like the COVID situation, so of course everything was probably a little different for everyone else like before COVID and all of that, and it'd probably be very different afterwards as well, but that's in the current times we're in, so you do you. The next point is to sign up for as much as you possibly can, and I don't want to come across as one of those like creepy lecturers who tell you to literally go to every like group and everything, every single activity there is, but I promise you, you'll probably find your best friends and your best like people you've ever met through these things. Like for me, because I'm doing media, there was this thing called the Content Influencer Program, which is like this thing they do with their social media at my uni, where you can basically have like say over what they post, and you can also get involved in like social media posts, and it's like really good for your CV. Obviously, being someone who is passionate about social media, because I have a YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, go and follow me if you haven't already, because I like you a lot. Then obviously that's something I'm interested in, so like it was a no-brainer for me to join it. Definitely sign up for all the societies or like things going on at your uni, because I promise you, you will not regret it. And obviously if you don't like it, you can always leave or decide you don't want to do it anymore, so it's all completely good. Like, there's nothing to lose here. My next tip or thing that I wish I knew is take notes online first and then write them out. And like, this sounds ridiculous, but I promise you it's amazing. Like, it's such a good tip. This came about by all of my classes being online for the first couple of months, and I gave up with like writing by hand, because I hadn't written by hand any notes for a really long time before uni, because I always used like a laptop at sixth form level, so my hand was cramping loads. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go on Word and just write like really rough notes on there. So I did that first, and then I really wanted to have like a folder, a physical folder of my notes in person without having to access online things. So I decided to write out the notes from Word onto a bit of paper and like make it all pretty and jazzy and all of that, and then I stored that in a folder. So basically I'm writing the notes twice, which sounds ridiculous, but I promise you, not only does it look cute, and not only can you access everything whether you're on a laptop or at your desk, but it also helps you to retain all those things like way better, because you're writing them twice. And in my case, tutors can go quite quickly in lectures anyway, so you want to get everything down as quickly as possible. And for me, I can type a lot quicker than I can writing by hand. I'm telling you, my brain does not like taking in information. No matter what I tell it to do, it's like, nope, I've forgotten. But you can remember your signature order at KFC, but not the notes that are gonna help you get a good job. Life. The next one is, I really encourage you to take advantage of all the services that your uni offers. I know just off the top of my head that they have like sort of counselling services, they have like financial aid, they have things like bursaries, they have like competitions for stuff to win things like a whole year of funding, stuff like that. I think it's really essential if you are a student that struggles with either finance, or maybe your mental health isn't up to scratch at the moment, because it's a really difficult time right now. In the real world, when we're working, all those things are not free. So I just think if you are in need of any of those services, or you need advice, or you need job advice is another one, I know a lot of unis do that, definitely take advantage of that. I know specifically around Christmas time my anxiety was horrendous, like it was so bad, and because I was in halls, I did actually take advantage of the free like nighttime well-being people, and it was like super helpful for me. And even if you just want to like a chat with someone, or you really struggle with work or whatever, like there's always someone there to talk to you, which I really like. There's no point in the uni paying for these services if you don't use them, so you might as well take advantage of it, and I definitely recommend it. Like, it's all free, just do it. If you need it, then do it. Honestly, you will not regret it. The next one is to open a student bank. This is very obvious. I'm sure most of you will know this, but if you open a student bank, then you have basically free money that you can use if you need it, like for paying for books, or if you need rent money or something, then you can always borrow that, and there is no cost for borrowing that, but you will have to pay it back at the end of your degree if you have used it, or obviously when you can pay it back, just pay it back. But it's basically an emergency fund just in case you need it and you've run out of money. And I think everyone I know has definitely used it at least once. Not only that, but they also have other benefits, like some of them offer you vouchers. I know with the bank that I opened, they had a free rail card, which is really, really cool. Saves you loads of costs traveling, which we definitely need during a pandemic. But anyway, it was a nice idea, and some of them I think give you cash. Like, there's loads of different options. You should just definitely do some research and find out what the best bank is to open a student account with. Even if you already have a current account with a different bank, open a student one too with a different bank, and then you have 2 bank accounts for no reason, because you have no money, because you spent it all on nights out and food. The final tip is a little bit out there and a little bit strange, but just bear with me on this. Make yourself a LinkedIn and add your lecturers. This has been a very, very life-changing one for me. See, I had a LinkedIn before because my school made me make one, although I had no work experience or anything, so it's kind of pointless. But I basically began putting in like the fact that I'm at uni, like my work experience that I did have, and all of that a couple of months back. And then I felt just randomly, why don't I just request like people that I've worked with? And from this I got the idea maybe I should also request lecturers that have lectured me, because they are in the industry, they have loads and loads of connections themselves, and if you request them, then those people that they are connected to that are in the industry that you want to be in will find your profile through your lecturer. So if you do need a job at some point when you graduate or whatever, you'll be able to hopefully find one through their connections, which is mind-blowing. And even if this doesn't happen, then you still look reputable because you have loads of connections in the industry. Like, you never know what's out there, you've just got to make a LinkedIn and hope for the best. Also request your course mates, because if they make connections with your lecturer as well, or whoever they make connections with, you are also exposed to those too, which is so cool. If you want more research, I will pop some sort of article or guide to LinkedIn in the description, because obviously it's a little bit of a minefield, and if there's anything I feel I haven't explained properly, I will pop more references and sources in the description box for you guys to check out. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to me to see more from me, and hit the bell icon to be notified about future videos, because there's a lot coming up. I promise you, I have big plans. Also, let me know in the comments if there's anything that you've learnt by being at uni, if you are at uni, or anything you'd like to know, and I will answer them. And stay safe, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye!